Before this century, it was very rare for a person to become a billionaire, and it took several generations to get that much money. But because of the digital revolution, many people all over the world have reached this goal in less than 30 years. There are now more young billionaires than ever before in the history of the world. One of the youngest billionaires in the world is just 21 years old, and he got his money from his family's fortune and business. Most of the youngest billionaires in the world are already well known in their fields and are in their mid to late 20s when they reach this level. This video will talk about the world's youngest billionaires, including how they got rich and how much money they have now. Now, without further ado, let me tell you about the 10 top youngest billionaires in the world. In 2023, the youngest billionaires in the world are: Number 10, Bobby Murphy, who became a billionaire by the time he was 31. Bobby Murphy is an American business owner who works on the internet. He's one of the people who started Snap Inc., a social media platform with a lot of user interaction. Evan Spiegel, who went to Stanford University with Murphy and was in the same fraternity as him, worked with Murphy, who is the Chief Technology Officer of Snap, to make the popular social networking app. Since Snapchat started, Murphy's put more than $30 million into real estate, and he still owns about 18% of Snap Inc.'s shares. His home is in Venice, California, and he has a net worth of $2.1 billion. Number 9, Patrick Collison, who already made $1 billion by the time he was 31. Patrick Collison, who's 30 years old, comes in at number 10 on our list of the world's youngest billionaires. Patrick is one of the co-founders of Stripe, a company in San Francisco that makes payment technology. Patrick and his brother, who are both from Ireland and went to MIT in Boston, came up with the idea that would become Stripe. Forbes says that Patrick Collison's net worth at the moment is $3.2 billion. Patrick is in charge of Stripe. He's also the CEO of the company. When he was young, he started learning how to program computers, which eventually helped him and his younger brother start Stripe. Number 8, Jonathan KWOK, who made $1 billion by the time he was 30. Jonathan KWOK's older brother Jeffrey is the 17th youngest billionaire in the world. He's 4 years older than Jonathan, who's the 18th youngest billionaire in the world. He runs Empire Group Holdings with the help of his brother. His father died in 2018, and he's the most likely person to take over the Sun Hoon Kai Properties empire. Since then, Jonathan has run the company, and his success has made him the 8th youngest billionaire in the world. When he was 30, he was worth about $2.4 billion according to estimates. He has a degree in business administration from Cornell University, and he's a citizen of Hong Kong. Number 7, Ludwig Theodor Braun, who became a billionaire at age 29. BRAUN Melsingen is a company that makes medical devices. It was started in 1938 as a small pharmacy that sold herbal medicines. Ludwig Theodor Braun owns 10% of the company. Ludwig's father, Ludwig George Braun, took over the company in 1977. Under his leadership, the company's annual income went up to about $8 billion. The company specializes in infusion and injection solutions for surgical equipment, and it employs more than 60,000 people around the world. Ludwig Theodor Braun is only 29 years old, but he already has $1 billion net worth. He lives in the German city of Melsingen. Number 6, John Collison became a billionaire by the time he was 29. John Collison is the co-founder and president of Stripe. He's 2 years younger than his brother Patrick Collison, who's the 9th youngest billionaire in the world. Also, John Collison is 2 years younger than Patrick Collison. Stripe was started by 2 students at MIT in Boston. After a fundraising round in 2018 that brought in $245 million, the company is now thought to be worth $20.25 billion. John Collison, who's now 28 years old, and his older brother Patrick Collison, who's also a co-founder of Stripe, grew up in the countryside near Limerick, Ireland. Forbes predicts that John Collison, a self-made millionaire, will have a net worth of about $3.2 billion in the year 2021. Number 5, Evan Spiegel, who made $1 billion by the time he was 29. Evan Spiegel is the 5th youngest billionaire in history. Evan is the CEO and co-founder of Snapchat Inc., a company with 203 million daily active users. Bobby Murphy and Evan were both co-founders of the company. Evan's now 28 years old and has a Bachelor of Science in Product Design from Stanford University. On the dollar, his wealth is thought to be $2.1 billion. Spiegel is a generous philanthropist, as shown by the fact that he gave $65 million worth of Snap stocks to the Snap Foundation and promised, along with Bobby Murphy, to give another 13 million shares of Snap stock. Number 4. GUSTAV MAGNAR WITZOE, who was worth $1 billion by the age of 26. GUSTAV MAGNAR WITZOE is the 4th youngest billionaire in the world. Because his family runs the SALMAR ASA business, he's become one of the youngest billionaires in the world. This is without a doubt one of the best known places in the world to get farmed salmon. GUSTAV WITZOE, whose father started the company, gave him a 50% stake in SALMAR ASA. This gives him a net worth of $3.2 billion, even though he's only 26 years old. SALMAR, a Norwegian company, was one of the first to industrialize fish farming, which helped the company make much more money. Number 3. KATHARINA ANDRESON, who made $1 billion by the time she was 24. Forbes made a list of the world's richest people under the age of 40, and she's 3rd on the list with a net worth of $1.4 billion. She's the older sister of ALEXANDRA ANDRESEN and the heiress of a Norwegian family. The Norwegian heiress, who's only 23 years old, was given a 42% stake in the family business, which is an investment corporation. Because their father owns the business, KATHARINA and ALEXANDRA are both entitled to an equal share of the company's income. Because there are 2 different kinds of shares, the company is still run by its founder, Johan Andersen, who has the most votes. Number 2. Alexandra Anderson, who made $1 billion by the time she was 23. KATHARINA ANDRESEN's younger sister Alexandra Anderson is the world's 2nd youngest billionaire by a year. She will take over as the world's youngest billionaire from KATHARINA ANDRESEN. She's a Norwegian heiress who became a billionaire when she was only 19 years old. She's now 22 years old. Even though most of her money came from the family business, she's been on the cover of Forbes for the past 3 years in a row. She has a net worth of $1.4 billion because, along with her sister, she was given a 42% stake of their father's investment company Ferd in 2007. Number 1. Kylie Jenner had a $1 billion fortune at the age of 22 and tops our list of the youngest billionaires in the world. Kylie Jenner is Kris and Bruce Jenner's youngest child, now known as Caitlyn Jenner. Kylie Jenner is an American billionaire who made her money on her own. She started the US-based cosmetics company KYLIE Cosmetics. Also, Kylie Jenner is a reality TV star. Kylie Jenner was named the youngest self-made billionaire in the 2019 edition of Forbes. She owns 100% of her cosmetics company. Forbes said that her success was due to how hard she works. In 2019, the business, which is better known as KYLIE Cosmetics, is worth $900 million. Kylie became famous after she appeared on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the reality show about her family. There, she made millions of dollars through her own makeup line and endorsement deals with different brands. She sold about 51% of KYLIE Cosmetics for $1.2 billion not too long ago. Kylie Jenner has a $1 billion net worth. Every person in the world has a skill or a talent that no one else has. Some people learned about it when they were young, while others didn't find out about it until they were much older. Some people want to be doctors, singers, engineers, actresses, or business moguls, and they might be able to reach those goals if they get the right education and training. Some people can get rich in a few years, while it may take others their whole lives or even longer. There are a lot of young people in the world who've made a lot of money. Some of them did it through their own hard work, and others got it as an inheritance from their family. Since starting a business and keeping it going takes a lot of time and effort, becoming one of the youngest billionaires in the world is truly an impressive feat. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more.